Welcome to Panther Points Preview, a look at this week's upcoming EP football game featuring head coach Tyler Whitebread.
Yeah, defensively, besides that one play we had at the beginning of the third quarter, I thought we dominated from start to finish. Even with our backups came in, got the job done, tackled well. We're in the right spots. So that was definitely encouraging. Offensively, I think we got to be a little more consistent on some of those drives. But when we put the drives together and we get guys in the right position for our blocking, we're pretty powerful offense. So there's definitely some things, and then special teams. There was some things that we saw that we need to improve on, but nothing major. But again, we just want to continue to improve each week. I thought our sophomores, not freshmen, our sophomores did really good. John Holland, his stat line's not impressive, but again, playing that nose position on defense and demanding two guys to block you on many plays, that's allowing other guys to make plays. So again, you won't see that with the naked eye, but watching film, he had a nice game. And then Mason Minson and Brecken Sandrock came in, played well. Blocked the guys they were supposed to block, played 4 quarters. So just those 3 guys, because you just never know with those sophomores coming up and playing at the varsity level, but all 3 of those guys look like varsity players. So that was good to see. I'm glad you brought that up. Special teams was definitely a high point for us this past Saturday. We could tell Evan was kicking farther on his kickoffs. And, last year we always, kicked it at an angle. We weren't kicking quite so deep. And that's always been kind of the thing because a lot of teams at our level don't have great kickers. And I said, if you can kick touchbacks, I'll let you kick deep. I said, but if you can't get it to at least the 10-yard line, we're not going to do it. He said, I can get it to the 10-yard line. And at practice, he was doing it, but it was with a little bit of wind. So I said, all right. I said, we're going to give you a shot. We'll see how far you can kick it. And the first 2 of them were kick, touchbacks, which was, as a defensive coach, that's great, right? It just creates a better opportunity for us that puts the offense, back. Like that was great to see. And then they adjusted, but our coverage was pretty good on the other one. So that was great. Our extra point, I think I mentioned that we did struggle last year with that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make it a point to be a little more intentional during practice, to get better at that and to throw a little different scheme in there to give Evan more time as well. So the D ends or the D line couldn't tee off on the extra point. And Keegan, he's a great punter. It's always comes down to his consistency, because I think it was last year he'd have a couple like nice punts, 40, 45 yards down the field, and then he'd have 1 or 2 what's the word I'm looking for, shanks. He'd shank it, and that didn't happen. So that helps the defense, those punts and the kickoffs and all of that. That probably was what contributed to some of our 3 interceptions, our 3 sacks. So yeah, that was great. Yeah, they have some big boys up front that we've pointed out, a few of them to our linemen when we were watching film yesterday. They also have a couple nice running backs. They had number 8. He's quick to the edges. I think he had maybe a 60-yard run, 70-yard run, one of those that you were talking about early in the game. And their other running back that looks kind of more like a fullback, he runs hard between the tackles. Orion made some adjustments, and that was after all the rain as well, that second half that they couldn't score. So I'm not exactly sure what it was more of a combination of, but they have, we were looking at it, probably 7, 8 returning starters on both sides of the ball. So they do have experience coming back. Now I know they have a different head coach, so the system might be a little bit different, but I don't think this is a team we can just show up and hope for good things to happen. We have to play well, like we did this past Friday or Saturday.